Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, Atiku Abubakar has busted the bubble of this current administration, considering the rate of crisis in virtually all the opposition political parties in Nigeria. If you've been following trend of events, you'll notice that N50Million is so unstable. Labour Party, the same thing is going on. PDP, is even the worst, where we see a lot of divide here and there. It seems as though there is no constitution in these political parties, and this infighting has made preparation for 2027 uncertain, and the preparedness expected is not there. But Atiku Abubakar has opened on a big secret, which right now most consider it to be an alarm that has been blown. Also, he talked about the issue of judiciary. All of this we're going to be bringing your way in a jiffy. But first of all, let's start up with what he has to say about what the current administration is doing to leadership in opposition party. Interestingly, the former People Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government of paying opposition leaders 50 million naira each to undermine Nigerian democratic process. Atiku disclosed this at the National Conference on Strengthening Democracy organized by various civic organizations in Abuja on Monday. He, however, cautioned that Nigeria's democracy was at the risk of collapse if urgent action wasn't taken. According to Atiku, I want to say it here publicly. I met with the political party leadership in the present opposition, and they told me flatly that this government gives them 50 million naira each. You heard me well, 50 million naira each. If we are not careful, we are talking to some of you here, but you are recipients of the 50 million naira from the APC government. Do we really want to fight for democracy? Atiku lamented the erosion of democratic values, criticizing the current National Assembly as a rubber stamp for the government and raising doubt about the credibility of Nigerian electoral umpire. He cited an example from Turkey where the electoral body refused to declare president-elect who fell short of the required vote threshold as a benchmark of integrity Nigeria should emulate. Calling for opposition parties to unite, he reflected on his decade-long struggle for democracy, noting personal sacrifices including an attempt on his life, the seizure of his business, and exile. According to him, he says, if we don't unite and take action, we may end up with no democracy at all. Also, speaking concerning the activity of democracy in the country, Atiku Abubakar opened up that judiciary is the greatest threat of democracy in Nigeria. He said that the reform to curb judicial recklessness have yielded no result. In his word, he said, that must change. The same judiciary that affirmed the primaries of parties in choosing their candidacy and leaders are now sanctioned and indeed promotes destruction of parties by a few and in some cases single individuals with personal agenda. The judiciary also seems to have replaced the voters in choosing our leaders. The involvement of the judiciary in electoral dispute was intended to affirm the choice of voters, but the judiciary, even at the highest level, twists and contour to find technicalities to deny voters their choice rather than affirming the voters' choice. I know enough of history to understand that when democracy dies, the judiciary and its leadership do not necessarily survive intact. The judiciary survived the implosion or death of our first republic democracy mainly due to the presence of strong independent justices. It wasn't for want of trying. However, as the corruption of every facet of our society deepens, the judiciary soon follow, and it is perhaps the most dangerous because there is no way else for the aggrieved to turn to. Atiku also alleged that there was no one to check the excesses of the other branches of government, arguing that Nigeria's democracy is at a crossroad. The former vice president further alleged that no other leader have been at the forefront of promoting democracy as much as he had done. This is very interesting. What a topic, and I must say openly here that I don't have anything to say like disputing the position of Atiku Abubakar. The rate of infighting in this political parties has triggered a lot of concern. Nigerians are wondering what's going on. Instead of preparing, you're busy doing things that will continue to tear the party apart. And to concretize all of this, the main man who is romancing between PDP and APC, talking about the Wike, has come out to say he's giving his support for the current administration, even in 2027, and he's still staying, at the seashore of PDP to say all of this. But now Atiku Abubakar has opened up why they have been doing what they are doing. But I would say that it doesn't come really as a shock to most people, because the likes of Ugo Chinyere had already told Nigerians several of his press conferences. We've heard him say things like, because of the land they gave to you in Abuja, you want to tear the political party apart. But I think that these individuals who are inside are working against these political parties can be rooted out. As much as we know, the Constitution has made a lot of provision in that line. My colleagues in the House, and we just want to talk about this. He also made mention of the issue of, the judiciary being a serious threat to Nigerian democracy.
Well, for someone like Atiku to raise alarm, I can tell you for free that Atiku have done his findings. He's an old politician who's got quite a lot of experience. Intels are really normal for someone like that. That's a former vice president of Nigeria. And I can tell you for free that I don't think it's actually surprising to most Nigerians. The level of inconsistency, internal crisis in almost all the political parties that will probably from the opposition.
Your mama will Good morning, everybody. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. We love you, sir.
NJC as the Judicial Council as these lawyers as CCT appointment, but unfortunately they were not consulted. The presidency unanimously picked someone and put that person in that seat, and they're raising alarm, but unfortunately who would listen to them? Because sometimes if you keep quiet in others and say it's nothing, it's just a matter of time, even your own right to be trampled on, and then you now see a situation where you don't know who to run to, to correct the abnormality, because when it was not your time or when it doesn't affect you, it's all good, it's all fair. But when it begins to affect you, others have already been affected. So everybody just, shares everything. So we can't continue in this fashion. And it's only right for well-meaning Nigerians really to look into this and see how, just like you said, rubber stamp legislative arm. Even if they are supposed to do the needful, the arm that should even do the needful are also under a lot of internal influence. A lot of issues are going on, and I think at this point it's actually going to be Nigerians that can rescue Nigeria, really.
All right, thank you so much. It's something that we are really looking forward to Nigeria, rescuing Nigeria from the grip of these politicians who want to personalize democracy and give it a name of their own. We'll leave it there. Let's be in a conversation.